Just a quick one, guys. We've released our January merch drop, so do browse the new collection. We've got the Mr. Blue Nose tees, along with our Stauncho Meter tees. Do, as I said, browse the collection by going down into the link in the description, or going to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Okay, so 7 days into the January transfer window, still no movement apart from the Fabio Silva deal and the Ben Williamson deal going to Hamilton. But as I said, we are going to be very busy this January transfer window. But guys, in today's video, we're actually going to be taking a bit of a break from sort of transfer news. As I said, there's no real updates to provide to you, and actually we're going to be discussing some Champions League, or the Champions League, going into next season, as there has been a very exciting development that Rangers could still get Champions League football in terms of not the qualifiers but straight into the new league phase of the Champions League next season by finishing second and not winning either the league or the Europa League. There's 4 ways this season that Rangers can qualify for the league phase of the Champions League, so we've got a really good opportunity there. That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video, including of course the exciting development. Now, with regards to the Champions League, I know it's been well documented now that there is going to be a new format going into next season, and basically the group stages are going to be completely different, and it's going to be replaced by a league phase, and there's going to be 8 matches guaranteed if you of course are in the league phase. There's not going to be playing a team. Obviously now you get put into a group of 4 and then you play 1 game home, 1 game away. As I said, this is going to be a really long league phase, and as I said, you can get 8 random teams. You'll get 4 home games, 4 away games, and then come the end of it, I think the top 8 go straight into the last 16. The 16 after that then go into a knockout round, and then the rest are all eliminated from the competition. And then there's going to be a last 16 playoff round, then there's going to go into the last 16, and then the same format as you will remember. Now, today's video, of course, isn't about the new phase. Everyone's been talking about it. We've been well documented on how it's actually going to work. But thanks to Scotland, or Scottish Coefficient on Twitter, a very good page, by the way, because sometimes this is very hard to understand with regards to coefficients and how points work and how things happen and how things are ranked within UEFA. He's basically came out, or they have basically came out and done an article for the Daily Record and on their sort of Twitter page, and recently broke down how Rangers can still get into the league phase without going through the qualifiers by even finishing second. So I'm going to give you the first 2 bits of criteria for Rangers to get into the Champions League phase for next season. First one is win the SPFL. Right, that's still the same despite our coefficient as a country going down the drain ever so slightly. It's always sort of reevaluated every sort of 3 years. At this moment in time, we are the 9th best country due to Russia's exclusion from UEFA competitions, and due to that, our champions will still go into the league phase of the Champions League. That's what's going to happen. So if Rangers do win the league, they don't have to worry about any other criteria. They'll be straight into the Champions League phase, which is what I'm hoping and which I'm ambitious for this season, that we do go on the title and go through to the Champions League in that way. However, the second way, of course, is us winning the Europa League. We're in the last 16. That's another route for us to get to the Champions League, maybe a bit more of an unlikely route for us, but again, it's still a chance to get to the Champions League phase. Now, this is where it gets fairly exciting. Well, again, I don't want to try and reward failure, and Rangers, for me, I want us to win the league, otherwise I'll be seriously disappointed. However, our Champions League ambitions aren't necessarily going to be over, and we won't have to necessarily navigate those qualifiers at the start of next season if we were to drop a bollock in the second half of the season and actually finish second in the table. And basically, the way that Rangers can still, only Rangers, if they finish second in the SPFL, get to the Champions League phase without any qualifiers, is if the Europa League winner finishes in the Champions League spaces in their domestic league. Right, there's a few teams in the Europa League that are currently occupying those spaces. The favourites for the competition at this moment in time: Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, Feyenoord, and a couple of other sides that are already in the Europa League. And if they were to win the Europa League, which I do have to say Liverpool probably look like the favourites at this moment in time, or Bayer Leverkusen in second, then of course this would then create this situation for Rangers to still go through if they finish second in the SPFL. This is also needs to be the same for the Champions League winner, has to qualify through their sort of domestic league also. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Rangers have a very good club coefficient, points within UEFA competitions at this moment in time, and for them to go through by finishing second, basically Rangers need to outdo Benfica in the points and hope that they finished in second. So basically Benfica need to finish second within their league, Sporting Lisbon currently top, or if they finish first, it can happen that way as well, as Rangers then have a higher sort of higher coefficient than Sporting Lisbon and Braga, who would then occupy the other areas. Look, Benfica at this moment in time are currently sitting in third. So again, there's plenty of time to go in the Premier Liga, and it's probably likely that they'll be there or thereabouts and not finish in that sort of position, in the qualifier position, which is in third place in the Premier Liga. Also then, wanting Ajax can't finish anywhere in the Eredivisie except from third. If they finish third, then Rangers must overtake their club coefficient total, which would be quite hard. Ajax are having an absolute nightmare of a season at this moment in time. So this is how Rangers could actually get into the Champions League phase, bypassing the qualifiers by finishing second in the SPFL. Just to go over that one more time, basically the Europa League winners and Champions League winners have to qualify for Champions League in their domestic league. So, as I said, top four in sort of Premier League, and it's usually coming from the Premier League, La Liga. The winners this year will probably, as I say, in the Champions League will probably qualify in their domestic league, and the Europa League. Looking at it, I hope Rangers win it, but if not, then it's probably going to be someone like Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, those sorts of sides that will probably go and lift that trophy. So that's the first bit of criteria. The Europa League and Champions League winners have to qualify for the Champions League in their domestic league. Then secondly, Benfica can't finish second. Basically, it would have to be Sporting Lisbon or Braga to finish second, and then Ajax can't finish anywhere in the Eredivisie except... so Ajax can finish anywhere in the Eredivisie except from third. Again, they're having a nightmare season this moment in time. I know they've got a lot better, but I still don't think they'll finish in that third spot. And then there, if Rangers were to finish second in the league, they would still go straight through to the Champions League phase, bypassing the qualifiers by finishing second. However, this is Fugazi and Fugazi at this moment in time. It is big news, of course. We have got another lifeline to get into the Champions League, but we still have a chance to go win that SPFL title and, of course, potentially go for the Europa League. I'm a dreamer, guys. I'm a dreamer. That's what I like to do. But yeah, an interesting take on that one. As I said, thanks to Scotland's Coefficient Twitter page or X page. Quite good for Scottish football and getting your head around the sort of coefficients themselves and understanding where we stand in Europeans' coefficients and where Scotland stands as a country as well. As I said, Scotland are sort of free-falling when it comes to the coefficient points. At this moment in time, Rangers are parrying them up and holding them up. But yeah, do go follow that page out, and thank you for the information with regards to it. Scotland Coefficient. But Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts on this whole new Champions League format. Are you for or against it? And do you think we'll be playing in that new Champions League phase next season? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.